You're watching the Mountaineer Racing Channel, and I am your host, Mountaineer. The Mountaineer Racing Channel is home to not only Season 5 of the MENRL, but also the playoffs for Season 2 of the McDonald's Racing League. Monday at 8:30 Eastern, the cutoff race for the round of 7 at the Charlotte Roval. Tune in to see which two drivers will get eliminated from championship contention. And as always, watch Friday nights at 9 Eastern for Season 5 of the MENRL, which tonight is at virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Before that, I want to remind you that the MENRL has created an iRacing division which begins competition next Tuesday at 9 p.m. The MENRL iRacing division is sponsored by W Energy. W Energy, a formula worth bragging about. The folks at W hand-picked the 10 most critical ingredients for focus and concentration. W contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. W contains Neurofactor, a patented all-natural coffee cherry extract to help fuel you. This ingredient is what gives W its laser focus and fast reflex effects, making it perfect for gamers. You can buy W Energy at www.gg. Be better with W. The MENRL iRacing division will be broadcast by the fine folks at Sim Racing Media on YouTube. The YouTube channel name is Esports Broadcasting Network, so check them out Tuesday at 9 p.m. Alright, so Bristol tonight for the MENRL, but last week saw chaos at Texas as the Heat 5 server gremlins took out half the field. In the end, Team Jeter got his first win of the season by outrunning C. Matikansky over the long haul to end the race. Jeter is the fourth different winner of the season, and he took the points lead with that win. Tonight will be much different. We'll see full contact racing for 250 laps at the concrete half mile. We have a surprise appearance from MENRL Hall of Famer Extra Vinegar. He'll be making his second start of the season. He appeared at Martinsville, won a stage. Alright, so Bristol, a race that can leave these gamers tired at the end of the night, if you can believe that, due to how much you need to muscle the wheel to get around these high bank corners. Everybody with a wheel are going to be struggling, going to be tired, the wrists are going to be aching. It takes a lot of energy to get through 250 laps here at Bristol. Alright, someone who really knows these high banked corners is the MENRL's Ruby. Formerly Ruby the One, now Embrace Greatness. I just call him Ruby because that's way easier than calling him Embrace, and I'm just not going to call anybody Greatness. Ruby's got 3 career starts at Bristol, and he has 3 career wins at Bristol. He has to start in the mid-pack tonight after missing last week's race at Texas, but my prediction is that he will get his first win of the season and take home his 4th Bristol sword. Please note that the MENRL does not provide swords as trophies or individual race trophies in general. That's why C. Matikansky, who is our pole sitter tonight, does not have a grandfather clock. Speaking of the starting lineup, so it'll be C. Matikansky on pole. Outside will be Doc Hopper. Doc Hopper making his second front row start of the season. Hopefully that'll translate into a strong finish for the driver of the number 12 car. Alright, we're going to get started here in a couple minutes. Just want to remind everybody once more, the iRacing will kick off on Tuesday, 9 p.m. The Esports Broadcasting Network, presented by Sim Racing Media. So if you want to watch some exciting iRacing action, we'll see MENRL drivers like Team Jeter, Extra Vinegar, Key Smash. So, should be a lot of fun. Check them out on Tuesday nights. Everybody just getting set up right now. Making sure that I have an invite. I do not yet have an invite. I'm going to need one of those before we get started. The point standings. So, Jeter is your new points leader. And I believe Conky is up to second in points. Yep, Conky's second in points. Ruby is third in points. So it's Jeter 3 points ahead of Conky, 9 points ahead of Ruby. Doc Hopper, fourth in the point standings, followed by Built Racing in fifth. Then Fast Matt is sixth. Seventh is Deadman Casket, and eighth, Matikansky. That's the final playoff spot. C. Matikansky, eighth in points. Like I said, so we also get a season debut from Scotty Racer. He ran some races in season 4. He ran, let's see, 11 races in season 4. He only had one top 5, but that top 5 was a win at the Super Speedway Talladega. So, Scotty Racer making his season debut. He'll be in the 18 car tonight. A couple number changes. C. Matikansky will be in the 19 car. And then I think Built Racing should be in the 20. Alright, I think we'll be waiting for the drivers meeting and then we'll get started. They're running a little bit late tonight. So just a special short track rule is for the MENRL. There will be one extra caution lap on manual cautions because of how short the track is. Should get about, I think it's about 90 laps of gas. I don't expect fuel to be an issue tonight. Now, I do expect we'll see some drivers choose choose track position over tires. So that's where the strategy will come in: is do you come and pit, get fresh tires? Do you take 2, 4, or do you try and get track position? So we'll see on some of these cautions off of short runs who is bold with their strategy calls. Stages. Did not bring up the stages. It'll be 63, 62, and 125. Last stage is a long stage. Alright, we have just lost the 20 car, I believe. Yeah, the 20 car feeling under the weather, and he will not be participating tonight. Alright, and now we're seeing if we're going to get another driver in. So we will continue to hold. Tune in to the Mountaineer Racing channel on Monday night, 8:30 Eastern, for the McDonald's Racing League. Alright, so now we will get going here. It'll be a 9-car field tonight. C. Matikansky on pole. Doc Hopper will start second. We are about 30 seconds from green. You are watching Season 5 of the Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League on the Mountaineer Racing channel. I am your host, Mountaineer. We are moments away from the green flag at Bristol Motor Speedway. This will be the day race, and also we'll be coming back here in the semifinal round of 7 in the playoffs. So keep in mind, whoever is doing well here, they may be on the inside track to a a championship appearance. All right. Here we go. Alright, C. Matikansky on pole. We'll watch him take the green flag here at Bristol for a 250 lap race. Around the half mile last great Coliseum. Here we go. We are green. The 19 this week of C. Matikansky. And he will clear the 12. Doc will clear Jeter and move into second. Who is in the 4 car now? That is Kojak in the 4 car. He was the 95, now he's in the 4. He is running third, cleared Jeter. He's going to try to go to the outside, gets there on Doc. You've got Ruby trying to make a pass for 4th place. Can't get it done. Ooh, Doc going all the way to the bottom. And he will drop to the back after starting second. Ruby continues to work on Jeter. That's now for 3rd. Jeter into the wall. And he avoids Ruby and goes back into the wall. Fast Matt in the worst 88 scheme, trying to take 4th from the 2 car. Jeter, the only driver other than Ruby to have a win at Bristol. And Jeter just drove it straight into the wall right there. And now he's spinning. Jeter around, it's a single car wreck. We will stay green. Ruby already up to 3rd, trailing Matikansky, who won the previous short track race at Martinsville, and Kojak, who finished 3rd in his season debut at Texas last week. (19.48). Then it's the dead man spinning. Single car wreck. Scotty Racer making a season debut in the 18, running 6th at the moment. And in the 16 car is Extra Vinegar. Vinegar to the outside on Fast Matt. He is going to move up to 4th. Matt spinning. And that again appears to be a single car. So we have 3 single car incidents already. This top 3 has tightened up. I have to interrupt this battle for the lead to bring you the news that the 24 of Dead Man Casket is out of the race. And we'll get back to the front. C. Matikansky holding off Kojak and Ruby, who have closed in on the 19. Everybody running the outside line when they can. I like what Matikansky's doing, though, entering a little low, exiting a little low, and sliding up in the middle. It's a pretty fast line around here. Ruby takes a peek on the inside of the 4 of Kojak. And he's going to make it work. Ruby moves up to 2nd. Vinegar chasing this top 3 group there in 4th place. Scotty Racer in 5th, and Doc Hopper in 6th. Those guys have not yet wrecked. Ruby looking for the lead on Matikansky. Right now, just focused on trying to get that run on corner exit. Puts it to the bumper. He goes to the inside. Can he slide up in front? He cannot. But he's got a pretty solid run. He should be able to slide up in front and make the... No! Matikansky, a strong run into the corner there. They touch off of 4, and Ruby is clear. Can he slide up? No! Yes, now he can on corner exit. Ruby, your new leader. He has chased down the 19 of C. Matikansky. So it's 8-19 for the top three. Let's see, is Vinegar catching up? He is. The 16 of Extra Vinegar. He is an NRL record. He has already moved up to 4th place. But he probably doesn't like to see that his main competition, that 8 car of Ruby, has already taken the lead and is starting to drive away here. Alright, I apologize for that pause in the action. A little bit, Ruby, then Matikansky, Kojak, Vinegar, and a big gap back to Scotty Racer. And we have Doc Hopper here in the 12, who seems to be struggling with that 12 car as the 88 of Fastmat, who we saw go around earlier, has caught up to Doc. This would be a battle for 6th place, and Doc will concede that position. Jeter running 7th. He also spun earlier. These guys are just trying to stay on the lead lap here in this stage. Certainly hoping to catch a caution. Ruby hasn't gotten too far away from Matikansky, Kojak, and Vinegar. Vinegar might be running the fastest laps on the track right now. And now Vinegar's gotten to the back of Kojak a couple times, but is struggling to make a move. Kojak's all over the back of Matikansky. So we'll see if there's a change in position for 2nd here. As Ruby continuing to lead. He's got a really fast car. He's starting to pull away. Let's in fact get to that 19 car. And as this run wears on, as the tires get older, we're going to see a lot of loose race cars off the exit of these corners. Matikansky trying to hold off Kojak and Vinegar for 2nd right now. He started on pole, led for a while, then Ruby took the lead from him. Laps are just ticking by here at Bristol. With Ruby leading, there's that green number 18 of Scotty Racer staying in the picture. Oh, there's Fastmat. Had to give up 6th place to Jeter's. He's struggling on the corner exit, as is Jeter. Remember, the 2 and the 88 have both already spun their cars here in stage 1. As we resume looking at the battle for 2nd, is Kojak trying to get past the 19, but as long as that 19 of Matikansky doesn't make mistakes, it's really hard to make a pass here unless you're as fast as Ruby. Yeah, just really hard to make passes. Everybody wants that outside lane, so then when you go to the bottom, you definitely lose speed on corner exit being underneath another driver. So unless you're going to force the issue, use the bumper, it's hard to make passes, as Vinegar in that 16 is learning right now, trying to get around Kojak. He's clearly the faster car, but being held up by the 4 at the moment. That's the battle for 3rd and for 2nd. Get back to Matikansky, holder of 2nd place right now. Ooh, Vinegar just went up and tapped the wall. No harm, no foul. Ruby continuing to drive away. Ooh, the 4 almost got to the outside there. And Vinegar into the wall, got a little over-eager, seeing a window to get to the 4's outside as Kojak hits the wall. Keeps it going. The 88 of Fastmat really complaining about his car right now. He wants to make a pit stop. There's Doc. He's bringing up the rear right now in 8th place. There's Ruby just coming into the frame. Nobody wants to go a lap down, especially this early. Matikansky doing a good job holding on to 2nd. And I can tell you from experience, I finished 2nd here in the playoff race in Season 4, and I did not have the 2nd fastest car, but I got track position and just held on for dear life, which is what Matikansky is doing at the moment. And that's really just running smooth laps, not making mistakes. It's really not giving your opponent an opening to make that move. Ooh, Kojak almost gave his opponent an opening. Kept it out of the wall. Oh, he gets loose. The handling starting to go away here in this first stage. As Ruby continues to lead. Matikansky, Kojak, and Vinegar. 2, 3, 4. Last stage point currently belongs to the 18 of Scotty Racer. And I think we're seeing the leader. There's Ruby. He is starting to catch the back of the field here. Doc Hopper also running a throwback paint scheme. In 8th place, and he might be the first car to go a lap down here soon. Ruby just really knows how to get around this track. Three starts, 3 wins. Only driver to match that feat is Vinegar at Richmond as Doc pulls out of the way of the leader there, and he goes 1 lap down. Now he's going to want a caution before the 88 of Fastmat goes a lap down. Let's check out the battle for 2nd place. Matikansky in the 19, hanging on over Kojak. Vinegar, he's starting to lose the handle on his car. Got a little, yeah, he's in the wall twice there. Just in that 1 lap. And Kojak and Matikansky are pulling away. Oh, the 12 of Doc Hopper. Around, that's a single car accident. He's going to try and get it going here without taking anybody else out. And he gets going. He is now, I believe, 2 laps down. And there goes Ruby around Fastmat. Built, it is on YouTube. Look up Mountaineer Racing on YouTube, Built. Alright, Ruby. I was just trying to talk to a latecomer there. Alright, Ruby's the leader. And then you've got Matikansky and Kojak. Second and third. Vinegar's fallen back. He's in 4th. Struggling with his car. Doc getting out of the way of Scotty Racer. There's Scotty Racer. Scotty running 5th, holding on to the final stage point. The orange car behind him is Jeter, who's in 6th. That might be a battle before we get to the end of the stage. We'll keep tabs there. Fast Matt struggling. The 16 struggling. Meanwhile, the 8 of Ruby, ooh, he might have just gotten the wall, but he is on a Sunday drive. Nobody even near him. Ruby just continuing to dominate. He started mid-pack and just roared to the front. There goes Doc Hopper once again on the apron. He has had a terrible stage 1. And we have gotten a change for 5th position. Jeter has gone around Scotty Ray. Jeter might get in range. No, he won't get in range of the 16 of Vinegar. So there are 6 laps left in the stage. Maybe 5 laps left in the stage here. Alright, so. Three laps left as Ruby crossed the line there. I'm getting some feedback on my mic. So if somebody wants to back their mic away from whatever they're listening to, that'd be fantastic. 2 to go here in stage 1. Ruby just nice and smooth. You can see the orange car, see Matikansky in the background. Kojak in 3rd. That's the white flag for Ruby. And Ruby, coming out of 3 and 4, will take stage 1 at Bristol. Battle for 5th. This is the final stage point. And Jeter gets it over Scotty. Alright, so it's Ruby, Matikansky, Kojak, Vinegar, and Jeter. The top 5 after stage 1. Fast Matt will get the free pass. He will be back on the lead lap. We'll be going green here with Ruby leading the field. Well, it should be Ruby leading the field. We'll see how his pit crew does. Alright, Ruby. Then Matikansky. Then Kojak. And then Scotty moved up. Free pass for Fast Matt. He's back on the lead lap. Here we go. Green at Bristol. Ruby's going to have to dive it hard into turn 1 to keep that lead. Matikansky gets a good run on the outside. Ooh, they touch. Ruby hangs onto the car. Kojak's in the wall. Chain reaction puts the 18 in the wall. That's going to bring out the yellow. And Ruby wins the race back to the line, followed by Matikansky. And I believe Vinegar snuck up to 3rd place. Alright, Vinegar just got knocked into pit road after the yellow came out. We'll see how that gets scored. Alright, pits are open. And Ruby decides to stay out. Alright, so Ruby will stay out. And we'll get see Matikansky's view of the race off pit road here. Oh, the 88 of Fast Matt takes 2 tires. He will restart second. And then it'll be Matikansky, Kojak, Jeter. And we'll see where they put Vinegar here. I think Vinegar gets to go ahead of Jeter. Yep. So he'll be, I believe, 5th. Alright, so we'll do the choose rule at the line right here. Top 2 take the outside. And then the first car with 4 tires is the 19 of Matikansky, and he'll be first on the bottom. So the 8 and 88, the 8 stayed out, the 88 took 2. Everybody else has 4 fresh tires. Top 7 are on the lead lap fast, or the 12 of Doc Hopper several laps down after just a disastrous stage 1. Alright, we will come to green here in the restart zone. There it is. Good jump from the 8, bad jump for the 88. That's going to allow Matikansky to get into second place. Can Kojak get to third? Looks like Fast Matt will have the advantage off of 2. Matt to third. Vinegar's going to try and take fourth. Kojak pinned down on the bottom. He'll clear Jeter and he'll slide into 5th. It's Matikansky chasing down Ruby. We ran 2 green flag laps before that caution. We'll see how much those tires matter. I don't think it's going to be a heck of a lot. Ooh, here comes the 16 of Vinegar trying to make a pass on Matt. Battle for third, and there's Vinegar. The Hall of Famer move it up. Highest he's been all night. But the top 2 have gotten away here, Ruby and Matikansky. It was on the long run where Ruby really showed his muscle in stage 1. Matt hanging on to 4th, Kojak trying to take it on the bottom. Let's try and get to that battle. There it is. There's Jeter. That side by side with Kojak for 5th at the moment. Ooh, and Jeter up into the wall. Keeps it off of the 4 car. And he slides into 6th. Kojak working on the 88 of Fast Matt. Kojak had a really fast car in stage 1. Ran 3rd. Jeter to the inside trying to make a pass. He's not going to do it down there. Vinegar's driving away from the 88. The 4 giving the bumper to the 88. Kojak saying, hey man, I'm faster. And I'm not two-door. Meanwhile, Ruby continues to lead. 11 laps complete in the stage, 47 more to go. Jeter to the inside. This is the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And there's Scotty back there in 7th as well. He was caught up in that caution at the start of the stage. On board with the 2 of Team Jeter. Kojak's got a run on the bottom. Oh, and that's Matt in the wall, so Kojak's going to clear up into 4th. Jeter wants to take 5th. He's got a solid run in the 2. Gets a strong run on exit. Can't quite clear. He's going to try and clear in the center of the corner. Does not slide up, but he gets him on exit. So move Jeter into the top 5. Up front, Ruby. Then C. Matikansky, Vinegar in 3rd. We have a report from the 16. He is struggling with his thumb. He's on a controller tonight, not on a steering wheel. Like I said, the steering wheel is going to give you some back and wrist issues, but the controller will give you some thumb problems, and that's what Vinegar is complaining about. We are still early in stage 2, not even close to halfway through this race. So we will monitor that with the 16 of Vinegar. 8, 19, 16, 4 and then 2. Fast Matt's 2-tire strategy has not worked out. He's dropped to 6 under heavy fire for that position as well. Scotty looking to get a run. Doc Hopper in 8th is several laps down. It's the battle for 6th, and Fast Matt will concede the position, saying I'm slower. Gonna give that spot up. Respectful racing from the 88. Up front, it's 8, 19, 16, and the 8 car pulling away. Battle for 4th, Kojak and Jeter. Jeter looking a lot better than he did in stage 1. But can't find a way around Kojak right now. We saw Kojak stonewall the 16 of Vinegar for a long time there in that first stage. Ooh, good run on corner exit there from Jeter. And I like the way Jeter diamonds the corner, cuts it down to the bottom on exit, allows him to get that nice straight line run off of the corner. Give you some good straightaway speed. Top 5 right now is Ruby, C. Matakansky, Extra Vinegar, Kojak, and Jeter. Let's just talk about Ruby for a second. Missed last week's race at Texas. His only race miss of the season. He won 6 races and the championship in season 4. And now, here in season 5, has found himself winless through the first third of the season. But 1 trip to Bristol, that'll cure a lot if you're Ruby. 3 trips in his career, 3 wins, and he is looking to make it 4 for 4 tonight, and so far nobody has been able to challenge him. As long as we get green flag runs, I think we're going to see this 8 car in victory lane. Matakansky in second. He sat on the pole after a second place run at Texas. He won at Martinsville, and if he can hold on to his current second place, then that'll be 3 straight top 2 finishes for C. Matakansky. But right now, Vinegar has a lot to say about that, as he has made some adjustments on that 16 car, looking a lot better on the long run. He is gaining on the 19 lap by lap. Goes to the outside. Oh, he hits the wall. Got a little too excited. Kojak just got really loose on the exit of the corner, and Jeter's going to go to his outside. Let's see if Jeter can make the pass. There's Jeter. Ooh, Jeter kept it out of the wall. Lost a little speed doing so, though. Good battle between the 2 and the 4. They keep it clean, and Jeter moves up to 4th. Remember, he finished stage 1 in 5th. Won the race last week at Texas. 88 of Fast Matt on those 2 tires. That strategy not working out very well. Vinegar working the 19. Trying to get to his quarter. He does. Can't stay there, though, through the turn. This is the battle for second. Vinegar kept it out of the wall there. He's going to try and get a strong run. Oh, did not get a strong run. Put it in the wall. Vinegar is the Season 2 champion. Bristol, one of the few tracks he has not won at. Ooh, puts it in the wall again. Hard into the wall. Vinegar really pushing his car, trying to get around the 19. Meanwhile, Ruby completes the 35th lap of the stage. He has led all of those laps. And his strategy to stay out on that last caution has not hurt him whatsoever. Vinegar starting to get loose, you see, with that 19 car or 16 car, as he stays stuck behind Matikansky, and Matikansky's just not making mistakes. Vinegar has more raw speed, but continues to mess up, as you see right there. Just continues to make mistakes, pushing his car to try and make the pass. He's got to settle in here, or else he's going to give up the position to Jeter. Yeah, so a 4-car pack forming well behind the lead. Gonna see Vinegar get a great run on exit. Matikansky in the wall. Matikansky got into the wall before Vinegar got there, it looked like to me. And that gives Vinegar second place. I was just praising the 19 for not making mistakes, and then he goes and makes a big one, costs himself a spot. Let's see if Vinegar has anything for Ruby now that he's moved up to second. My guess is no, especially on the long run. That's where Ruby really makes hay here at Bristol. Didn't quite spin, he saved it, but lost a spot to the 88. He's not racing the 12 for position. Alright, let's get to that 8 car. There he is. He's about to lap a few cars here. 15 to go in stage 1. Or stage 2, sorry. It's been an absolutely dominant performance from the 8 of Ruby. In the lobby. Alright, seems to have calmed down. You're looking at drivers 2 through 5. Vinegar, Matikansky, Jeter, and Kojak. They all took 4 tires on that previous pit stop. Ruby catching up to the 18 of Scotty. Scotty is the last car on the lead lap. The 12 of Doc, several laps down. There are 10 laps left in stage 2. Alright, with 6 laps left to go in each stage, that will be the cutoff for manual cautions. Doc Hopper gets out of the way. Something happened. Jeter! Jeter is done for the night. The internet gremlins strike again. Jeter is done for the night. Oh, man. Ugh, and my broadcast is getting fucking cut off. Alright. Alright, so we got the feedback. That's good. 6 laps to go in the stage. Alright, sorry. Now there are 4 laps to go in the stage. Another dominant stage performance from Ruby. Fast Matt in the 88. He's actually in 5th place right now after Jeter was forced to retire from the race. He's just trying to stay on the lead lap. I think Ruby might cut him a break here with his huge lead. There are 2 laps left in the stage. The black and yellow car of Extra Vinegar barely on screen, so Ruby has no need to make this pass. But also, he's a lot faster than that. It's the white flag for Ruby. Yeah, he is holding back on passing this 88, it looks like to me at least. Oh, it does go to the bottom. And laps Fast Matt. Alright, so Fast Matt will get the free pass. That'll trap Scotty a lap down. Fast Matt will still get a stage point for this one. So that goes Ruby, Vinegar, then Matikansky, then Kojak, and then Fast Matt. The top 5 in the stage. We are down to 7 drivers. Started the night with 9. Well, started with 10, but Built Racing did not take the green flag. And then Deadman Casket was out in stage 1. Out in stage 2 was Jeter. And dominating throughout has been Ruby. So it's Ruby, Vinegar, Matikansky, Kojak, and Fast Matt, the top 5 in stage 2. We'll see now with just 7 drivers. Will stage 3 go green? Alright, the 12 and the 18 are not on the lead lap here. 12 just gets out of the way. This is Vinegar's best chance to pass the 8 car. He's going to hang strong on the outside through turns 1 and 2. He pulls ahead. Vinegar might get clear here. Ruby gives them the door. Side by side into turn 3. The first real challenge to Ruby. Vinegar gets clear. Vinegar's the leader. We'll see how long he's able to hold off the 8 car. Matikansky wants to take his shot at Ruby. Kojak in 4th. Scotty in the green car is the first car a lap down. He is running 6th. Fast Matt is on the lead lap. He is running 5th. Let's go to the 16 here. Our new leader, Extra Vinegar. Ruby not used to driving behind somebody and is starting to drop back a little bit. Vinegar, Ruby, Matikansky, Kojak, your top 4 at the moment. God, I'm starting to get a good chunk of lag here. These Heat 5 servers have been very persnickety over the past few weeks. We really saw that last week in a race at Texas. Quick note, the 22 car, Conky, he has been the 22 car in every single Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League race until tonight. This is the first time he has ever not started an MENRL race. So, Ironman streak coming to an end tonight. Speaking of streaks that have ended, Vinegar took the lead from Ruby, looking for his first ever Bristol win. It would be the first time that Ruby has ever started a Bristol race and not won. And Vinegar's pulling away in that 16 car. Not the line you want to run right there. Slams the wall. You cannot make mistakes if you are planning to beat Ruby here. And Kojak are sticking to the back. Alright, we will try and rejoin right here. These Heat 5 servers have been very irritating. Come on. hop back in. We're getting a report from Team Jeter that he had a very brief power outage in his home, which is what cost him the race tonight. Perils of online virtual racing. Also what's happening to me. But I'm not racing, so I can jump back in. Let's see how it's going. Okay. Don't think any of that was real. Try to get to the 16, who's still in the lead. Yeah, the top four broken away from the rest of the field. Vinegar, Ruby, Matikansky, and Kojak. Ruby has closed the gap on Vinegar. At least a little bit. You see Ruby's using that diamond line, getting real low on the exit of the corner. There's Vinegar using it as well, but that line gives you a really strong run on corner exit. Vinegar got a little loose. Now he goes all the way to the bottom. We still have, when we come to the line here, 103 laps remaining. That's a long, long time here. Well, it's a lot of laps, not a long time. These are the shortest laps in NASCAR by time. Vinegar, Ruby, Matikansky, Kojak continue to run 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking through the rest of the field, Doc Hopper is in 7th, several laps down. Fast Matt is actually last car on the lead lap. He's running in 5th. And the 18 of Scotty Racer, he is the first car 1 lap down in 6th. So if we get a caution, he'll be back on the lead lap. Doesn't look like it with this group that we're going to get a caution. They've all been extremely silent on the radio lately. We just crossed the line for 100 laps to go. Vinegar running a part-time schedule. He's just here to chase trophies. Going after one of the most unique trophies in motorsports, the Bristol Sword. Was able to make the pass at the start of stage 3 using his outside restart position to get the jump on Ruby. And has kept a decent gap between the two drivers ever since, but we'll see if his long run speed holds up. It's Vinegar, Ruby, Matikansky, Kojak. And Fast Matt just realized that he is not racing Scotty for position. That Scotty is a lap behind him. So, I guess I'm paying a little more attention than Fast Matt right now. Here's Kojak's view. Vinegar just keeping a steady gap between himself and the 8 of Ruby. And I'm sure Matikansky putting the pressure on the 8 is really helping out Vinegar right now. That's a pretty stunning turn of events after those first 2 stages. Ruby just drove off and hid from the field. Matikansky still trying to get around the 8 of Ruby, who just seems to have lost something here in stage 3. Kojak waiting patiently in 4th place. While Vinegar has led for almost the entire stage. they cross the line there. Believe. Let's get to Vinegar here. Alright, we should have 90 laps to go. Ooh, Matikansky and Ruby make contact. Yeah, Matikansky will concede the position for now, but that costs Ruby some time. Vinegar extending his lead. Well, not going to extend it if you hit the... Well, if Ruby also hits the wall, you're fine. Ruby starting to press, I think. Seemed to have his 4th Bristol win in the bag through the first 2 stages. And then Vinegar jumps him on the restart. And it's just a whole new race. Well, actually, it's the same race, just swap the 16 and the 8. Let's see if lap traffic is starting to come into view for Vinegar. Almost. Man, that second, third, fourth group starting to drop back. Vinegar really legging it out right now. Seeing reports, we have about 45 to 50 more laps on gas. So we'll see when drivers start making pit stops here in this stage if it continues to go green. Maybe you split it in half. I'm not really too sure on the green flag pit strategy here at Bristol. It comes up so rarely. Yeah, my thought would be just split it in half. The other thing you can do is you can run long and hope to get a caution and trap guys a lap down. Oh, Ruby! In trouble in the 8. He drops to 4th. So Ruby at some point picked up damage on the rear of his race car. And what that does is it makes your car loose, which is a condition you're already battling a lot at Bristol. And that damage to the rear of the 8 has completely flipped this race. Vinegar is in control, followed by Matikansky, Kojak. Ruby is dropped back to 4th. Now, if he thinks he's in the fuel window, I would consider, if I was the 8, I would try short pitting this, fixing that damage so you can run faster laps, and see if you can flip the race back to you that way. But right now, stuck in 4th, and he's about the 4th fastest car on the track, really, with that damage. So we'll see what the 8 car decides to do. He might just need a caution. And I just don't see where we're getting that caution. It could always happen at a moment's notice, but the field pretty spread out. The 12 of Doc Hopper about to go another lap down. Fast Matt, he's the last car on the lead lap. 12 of Doc will go to the bottom. Let the leaders go past. Should have 72 laps to go. Oh, heard something out of the 18. There he is. He's going to head to pit road. So he'll be the first to make a stop. He was a lap down in 6th. Fast Matt trying to stay on the lead lap. Ooh, that's not going to help. And he'll go a lap down. Does he decide to just hit pit road? Nope, decides to stay out. But he'll let the leaders pass. Knows he's not in the fight for the win. Leaders have spread out. Vinegar, Matikansky, Kojak, Ruby. Scotty exiting pit road. You see that green car down below. And Scotty had some issues. I think he hit the inside wall there. Well, this race now belongs to Vinegar, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes here. That's key. As long you just can't make the big mistakes now. He's complaining about a loose race car. Down to about 67 laps to go here. We'll see when these leaders decide to start making pit stops. I would consider it probably 60, somewhere between 50 and 60 laps to go. And the 8 car has decided to hit pit road. Alright, so the 8 of Ruby, he is going to short pit here. Try and repair that damage and run some fast laps. Vinegar still leads on Matikansky and Kojak. Matikansky might be gaining, or been about even for a while there. Kojak's been dropping back, though. No indication yet from this group if they are pitting. Alright, there's Ruby. Doc Hopper. He should be scored in 5th. I would guess 2 laps down. Reporting about 30 to 40 laps of gas left for this group, and has not pit yet. We'll see what the 16, 19, and 4 decide to do. They're losing time to Ruby at the moment. With them staying out and Ruby making his pit stop already. Vinegar, Matikansky, and Kojak, the top 3. When will they decide to make their pit stops? I mean, if you're... I guess, alright, if you're Matikansky, you can try and undercut Vinegar, make your pit stop, run some fast laps, and then hope you come out ahead of him on the cycle. If you're Kojak, though, you're too far back probably for that strategy to work. So I think you just stay out as long as possible and hope you catch a caution. In Vinegar, I think you should just try and come in and prevent the undercut. That's my opinion. Here's the 8 of Ruby, running solid laps. Almost certainly the fastest car on the track at the moment. Vinegar about to catch Doc Hopper and put him yet another lap down. Doc will pull aside. And the 12 is around. That's a single car incident. Yeah, there's Ruby. I mean, he's got a fast car. Still no word on when this top 3 will pit. Doc is making another pit stop. By the way, here's the 4 of Kojak. There's Ruby. You can see how much faster that 8 car is than your leaders. So he's gained a lot of time. And he'll go around Kojak there. Alright, 16 and the 19 and the 4. When will these guys pit? That's the question that could determine the race, or it might already be over. Vinegar might have a big enough lead that it doesn't really matter at this point. As Matikansky has fallen further and further back, I think he's even far for the undercut to work. You see Ruby starting to come into view for the 16. And Fast Matt will make his pit stop. He was about to go 2 laps down anyway. Barring a yellow. Oh, Matikansky's around. And he claims that he was wrecked. Kojak's on pit road. Alright, so Matikansky's claiming that was a revenge. Vinegar has lagged out of the race. He was leading. He was on his way to victory lane. Wow. Matikansky finally makes his way to pit road. He's going to have a lot of damage to repair. Alright, so we're going to try and sort this out now that the leader is out of the race. The leader is, right now, is either Kojak or Ruby. Here's Matikansky coming off pit road, and he is none too pleased with the 8 of Ruby. A massive tire advantage, though, on the 8 car. Alright. Matikansky is scored in 5th place at the moment. And the leader is Ruby. Alright, Ruby is scored in the lead now. Whew. Alright. so Ruby and Matikansky made contact battling for second near the beginning of this stage, which put rear damage on the 8 car. He was none too pleased about that. I did not see it, but the 19 has claimed that the 8 Revenge wrecked him. And then with Vinegar out of the race, and the 19 on pit road for ever. Well, that means the 8 is the leader, and he's the leader by about half a lap over Kojak, with coming to 34 laps to go. Man, this is one that I'm not sure if Ruby's going to get to keep this win. He did not get, he crossed the line first at Daytona in the season opener. Did not get to keep that win. Was decided that he had made an illegal block, forcing a driver below the yellow line. Or sorry, that he had made an illegal pass by going below the yellow line. And yeah, we'll see what the admins have to say after this one. Ruby has the oldest tires out there, as you see the 88 of Fastmat gaining on him. Still has a sizable lead on Kojak. And the 8 should just allow Matt to go by. No need to battle here. This is not for position. Ooh, 8's in the wall. Alright, we are going to try to find a replay. You won't see it. I will. Of Ruby and Matikansky. Looking at the stream from the 8 car. He still has a massive lead on Kojak here. Trying to find a replay here. Struggling to scroll to the right place. Alright, so at this point the 8 was I believe 2 laps down. By the way, there's the 4 car gaining. He's got the freshest tires. He might be coming for the win here. Alright, so the 8 gets to the outside of the 19. And then my YouTube app freezes. Alright, the 8 gets to the outside of 19. He has much fresher tires. That doesn't look like a takeout, for at least from Ruby's stream. He definitely sideswiped the 19. And the 19 definitely wrecked. Alright, Kojak has brought this lead down under 3 seconds. Ruby's just trying to hang on to his car right now. It is Ruby Kojak, Fast Matt is third, C. Matikansky is a lap down in fourth, Scotty Racer is 4 laps down in fifth. And Scotty's also on pit road right now, I think. Trying to find the incident from Matikansky's perspective. Oh, Ruby is around. That gives the lead to Kojak. So Ruby unable to hang on with the old tires. Kojak takes the lead. Alright, Kojak is the leader. Over the 18, several laps down. Alright, so this incident between the 19 and the 8 took place 44 to go. And on the 19th stream, the 8 gets into the right rear bumper. And that just spins the 19 down into the wall. So it's probably not an intentional takeout, but the result was in fact a takeout. We are under 10 to go. And Kojak is well on his way to winning this thing. He's got a 1 second lead on Ruby. Fast Matt's third, Matikansky fourth, Scotty Racer is 6 laps down, but he is in fifth. Seven laps left in this race. I don't think Ruby has it in him, although if Kojak keeps smacking the wall, Ruby might just have it in him. Now, Scotty Racer several laps down. Should not be racing with Kojak. There are no more manual cautions, by the way, for the rest of the night. Four laps to go this time by. Ruby's closing in. Scotty Racer needs to get out of the way. Three to go. Ruby's getting closer. Seriously, Scotty, though, I don't know what he's doing. Does he know he's racing with the leaders? Getting in Ruby's way there, 2 to go. Yeah, slowing up the 8 car here. Wow. Scotty shielding Kojak right now. Last lap at Bristol. Kojak starting to struggle. final corner. Ruby's not going to get past the 18. And Kojak holds on. Kojak wins at Bristol. His first career win in the Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League. Alright, stay tuned. We will have an interview with the race winner coming up on the Mountaineer Racing channel. An interesting turn of events tonight at Bristol. We will get the leader's perspective here. Or the winner's perspective, I should say. Alright, we will get Kojak in here. Alright, welcome Kojak, winner
What's
of
up?
tonight's race.
Dude, that was fantastic, man.
So a lot of stuff happened.
Oh, yeah.
We're not gonna talk about some of that stuff. That's gonna be decided by the admins. What I do want to talk about though is how you were feeling as each thing happened. So you get Vinegar out of the race, and then we have the crash, and then we have a second crash, and all of a sudden you're the leader. Man, what was going through your head?
Dude, I was like, man, the horseshoe just landed in my hand, I guess, you know what I mean? It was like,
Yep.
I don't know, man. I feel I had a good car, you know what I mean? I was able to stay in the top 3 or 4 there for most of the race, and yeah, it was just, other people's misfortune, would and I capitalized on it, but yeah, there was some crazy stuff happening tonight, with Jeter lagging out and then Vinegar and, but like you said, that other stuff, we ain't going to talk about all that, but it was a good race, and
I do have a report. Jeter had a very short power outage that cost him the race tonight.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So that's just real bad luck for
that's
Jeter there.
Unfortunate for him, yeah.
So Kojak, you are officially a Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League winner. What do you have to say about that?
Dude, man, I'm stoked, man. All these guys are really good racers, man, and I respect a lot of these guys. Some of these guys I don't really know as well, but most of them I know. And we usually give each other respect, on the track. But, there's some instances that stuff happens. But I try to just drive everybody clean and race fair and, try to pass everybody clean because at least that way I know if I pass them clean, I won. You know what I mean? I didn't have to move them to win. But yeah, I'm just glad to be a winner over here, man. It's been a lot of hard work, but I'm just trying to make the playoffs, man. Where I came in late,
Yeah, so. I think you'll be in the playoffs for sure, man. Yeah, nobody's gonna question your driving style or that you're a dirty racer at all. I mean, you're one of the best out there in terms of respect, and I'm really happy to see you in victory lane tonight.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, but it was a good race overall. Just glad to finally get a win over here in MENRL.
Yep. All right. Kojak, tonight's winner. Congratulations,
right.
And I'll see you next week.
All right, my man. Thank you.
All right. All right. And in the interest of leaving the incident between the 19 and the 8 to the admin team, we will only be interviewing the race winner tonight. That was Kojak. So that is the end of the race at Bristol. The top three finishers, I can tell you the top five were, well, actually, yeah, the top six. I can give you most of it. All right. We had Kojak win, followed by Ruby second. Third place goes to Fast Matt. Fourth place to C. Matikansky. Fifth went to Scotty Racer. His second career top five, by the way, for Scotty Racer. Sixth was Doc Hopper. Seventh was Vinegar. Eighth was Jeter. And ninth was Deadman Casket. That's your finishing order tonight. And then we're going to try. Yeah, so next week will be Richmond. Another short track. So we've had Temper's flaring the last few weeks, and we're going through the short track part of the schedule. Could create fireworks. I will see you next week at Richmond. Good night, everybody.